The Scarlet and Volts Quagmire challenge is actually very hard, but we do have some tips to make you succeed. Anyways, the goal of this challenge is to have more blue on the meter before the time runs out. As soon as you start, break the barrier that is in front of you, since you're going to be breaking it anyways, but do it now while there are less enemies. Next tip, stay in the middle barrier. And that is because here, you can actually target most of the enemies that are going in the center. If you stay on the left side or the right side, you will most likely hit the post on the left and right respectively. Third tip is to always focus on the enemies that are inside the circle. That is this blue circle over here. Once it turns red, aim your gun at the enemy that is inside the circle. And from time to time, you will see this yellow robot that I suggest you only hit when there are enemies quite close to it. It pulls the enemies inside the circle towards it and then explodes, which is very efficient for this challenge. Now, once you've cleared the circle, it will turn back to blue. Now you can focus on the enemies that are approaching the circle. And there are only two types of enemies that actually approach that circle. It's this one, and the other one is this. Now, since I mentioned that you're only going to focus on the enemies that are attacking the circle, that means not minding the enemies that are attacking right in front of you or from the side. With that said, you do need to always look out for your HP, because you will most likely get hit a lot by the enemies that are not approaching the circle. By the way, your HP is actually this white bar over here. So if it's relatively low, use your heal by pressing down. If you have no more, no worries. Normally there's going to be some green robots that will come out that you can actually shoot, but do not shoot them yet, because we don't exactly have the time to actually shoot them. So this is where the burst skill actually is very helpful. Now, as for the burst, which is your special skill, I highly suggest not to use the square button burst skill, because even though it actually stuns the enemies, even when they're stunned and they're inside the red circle, they will still count towards the red meter going up. So the burst skill that I prefer you using would be this one, which is the triangle burst skill. This burst skill has high damage and can hit everything on the screen, and that includes the green robots. Also, just another tip, because you're normally in the zone or focus in this challenge, I suggest to skip the animation for your burst skills. And you can do that by simply holding circle. Also, just a reminder, you can actually reload by just not aiming. The way I see it, it takes longer to reload when you actually finish the whole clip. So when there's an opportunity where you can actually hide and cover, like there are no enemies inside the blue circle, try to cover and reload. Hopefully these tips will help you out, and with that, you'll be able to get the commander's doll. You are one step closer in facing off Scarlet. Anyways, if you want to see more tips, tricks, and guide for Stellar Blade, you can check out my video over here. If not, you can always check out my other videos over here. By the way, I'm Dark, and I hope that I'll see you again next time.